Hi, my name's Rick, and this is Mr. Rick Talks and Walks, where I'll be sharing a little bit about a place that I'm in and maybe a little bit about myself as well. So come on, take a walk with me. As Pride Month comes to a close, I thought I would take a walk and talk a little bit about this crazy and cool place, Cheesman Park in Denver, Colorado. Now, most people living in Denver probably know that before this was Cheesman Park, it was a graveyard named Mount Prospect Cemetery. Not only was it a cemetery, but it was a segregated cemetery, with the rich buried in one part, paupers and criminals buried in another, the Catholics in another part, and Jewish buried in their own section, Chinese immigrants in another, veterans in their own place, and so on and so forth. Most of the people at the time were living about 2 miles west of here. Back then, before this was a cemetery, it was a native encampment. But when gold was discovered in Colorado, the territorial government decided they wanted the land and drove the natives out. And since this area was nothing more than desolate prairie, they chose to use it as a cemetery. When the railroad came, then the Denver population began to boom. And the people, the wealthy in particular, started building mansions further east of the city center, creeping closer and closer to Mount Prospect Cemetery. Eventually, the decision was made to convert the cemetery into a park, and notice was placed in the papers to please come and remove your dead. Now, since there were a lot of people buried here who had no one to relocate them, there were a lot of bodies left to be removed. So the city awarded a contract to the lowest bidder to do the work of removal. In came a man named E.P. McGovern, who agreed to do the work at a fee for each casket removed. This led to a scandal where McGovern was accused of dismembering the bodies and putting the parts into separate caskets in a scheme to defraud the city for more money. Some had noticed that an awful lot of children's caskets were being removed from the cemetery, which sparked the controversy. There was actually no definitive proof that what McGovern was doing, but the city leaders decided to end the removal of the dead and go ahead and just plow the land over to make way for the park. To this day, it is said that there are upwards of 3,000 bodies that remain buried in the park, which has led to rumors of Cheesman Park being one of the most haunted places in Denver. Recent construction in the park uncovered 8 bodies. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Time went on, and eventually the park was finished. A man by the name of Walter Cheesman donated the money for a large pavilion located near the east side of the park, hence the name Cheesman Park. In 1956, Denver enacted zoning laws that made it illegal in parts of the city to live with someone who was not a relative. The Cheesman and Capitol Hill neighborhoods were not subjected to that particular zoning law. Those neighborhoods became places where the gay and lesbian community began to move. Back then, gay marriage was not legal, and one could be arrested for public displays of affection with someone of the same sex. Cheesman Park became a well-known place that members of the community could come and meet one another. In 1974, a small group of people held a gathering of 40 or 50 at Cheesman Park in honor of the Stonewall Uprising. The next year, in 1975, they did the same, and the gathering was much larger. Around 200 people came out to celebrate their pride. The following year, in 1976, the first parade permit was obtained for the Gay Pride Parade, and it has grown every year since. Some estimates put it around 500,000 people come out to support the LGBTQ community. I have lived in Denver for most of my adult life. My oldest child was born here in a carriage house right next to the park on Humboldt Street. And I have always felt that Denver is a very welcoming and inclusive city. Cheesman Park has always stood as a testament to that inclusivity. No matter your race, religion, sexual orientation, or gender identification, young and old, dead and alive, are welcome and honored here. It's come a long way since its beginning as a segregated cemetery. It's a place where anyone can come and touch the grass, hug a tree, smell the flowers, breathe the air, bask in the sun, and enjoy the beauty of the changing seasons. And I, for one, think that's pretty cool.